Good morning. We're still in frustrated land because we're trying to figure out this technology, but this is Reverend Lynn Capron from the First Presbyterian Church of Verona.
And Reverend Mike Capron from the First Presbyterian Church of Elmwood Park, and we're ranting about the new Facebook interface.
That's right. And this is the second of a series on what to do with our rants. Yesterday we talked about what to do when other people are ranting at us. Today I wanted to talk about what to do with our own rants. And to get going, I wanted to tell you what happened to me last week. So somebody was ranting at me. I totally got it. They were frustrated. I did all the stuff we talked about yesterday where I listened to them carefully and leaned into what they were saying and connected with the emotion. And what was really just amazing, this person got to the end of their rant and they kind of paused and they chuckled at themselves and they said, "Oh, I've been on a rant." And then they changed the subject and they went on to self-awareness. They changed the subject and went on to something else. And this person, by laughing at themselves, I don't mean that they dissed themselves or disregarded their own opinions. What I do mean is they just didn't leave the conversation in that same overly serious, intense space that they were in. And so they were able to sort of, move on and do some other things. And I don't think being in that space permanently is where any of us want to be. And so that self-awareness, naming, oh, I'm having a rant, and then any ability that you have to laugh at yourself like that in the healthy way of laughing at yourself. These are all good things to do with our rant. And then the other question is, what does God do with our rants?
Well, God can take it. Let me say that. And God will never understand where we are. We have lots of scriptural resources.
Wait, you just said God will never understand where we are. Is that what you meant to say?
Misunderstand.
God will never misunderstand where we are.
That was ironic. All right.
Yeah.
So Psalm 44, starting at verse 23. Awake! Why are you sleeping, O Lord? Rouse yourself. Do not reject us forever. Why do you hide your face?
That sounds like a rant.
Sounds like a rant to me.
Yeah.
And we got that right there in the Bible as a way of, because when you feel that kind of ranty, angry feeling, one thing you may want to do is just take a deep breath and pause and ask yourself, is this a safe situation for me to vent my rant? And if it's not, don't do it. But if it is, if you're with somebody trusted, or better yet, the good Lord, maybe a little bit of measured venting is a good thing. It can burn off a little stress. And if the other person you're with is feeling the same stress, it may help the two of you bond a little bit over that. Yeah,
and I guess I'll leave with the best advice I've ever heard about extreme emotions, and that is, if you're having an extreme emotion and you are in a place where it's safe to express it, like if you're talking to your boss and you want to rant, maybe delay your rant. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or if you're talking to an employee and you want to rant, delay your rant. Choose your audience, but certainly if you're praying or talking to a loved one. And then having said that, I love this advice. Feel your feelings for 10 minutes. Feel them fully.
Yeah.
And then do something adult. And the adult thing can be self-care, right? It doesn't mean necessarily, lifting heavy weight, but something adult might be take a walk or do some yoga or something like that.
And do that with the overall structure of love.
Yeah.
There's been some rants on Facebook about people trying to assert rights and take. Mm-hmm. If your frustration is offered to somebody else as a kind of a way of bonding, of saying we're both in this together and I really don't like it, then it can be okay.
Yeah.
But if it's a taking, then it might be problematic. Good time to pause, chill for a minute, see what you really want to do.
But even the taking kind in prayer, God can work with that.
God can work with it.
And so may God bless you as you deal with, oh my goodness, the extreme emotions of this. We all have them. We all have our rants right now. And I think that's what I want to end by saying is, yes, we're talking about rants and we're talking about how to handle them precisely because I don't think there's anybody in this situation that doesn't have a rant going through their head from time to time right now. So God bless.
Amen.